Hey guys, so Lou is a 2022 film directed by Anna Foster. It talks about a young woman whose daughter is being kidnapped and they must go to track the kidnapper, but actually she gets help from her landlady. It's quite, an adventure movie filled with some sort of backlashes and then all that. So Lou is actually played by Allison Janney, who happens to be an ex-CIA agent on the hide, living in the woods, and then Hannah happens to be her tenant. So the daughter of Hannah goes missing, and then she tries to help Hannah to get back her daughter. Her daughter by name V is being kidnapped by her father. Now, it's going to sound so weird for you to be kidnapped by your own father, but then what actually is going to make your father get to kidnap you? So Hannah was living with her husband, and then he was involved in some sort of crimes. Because of that, he was arrested, and then it's been rumored he is back. Now he comes in to sort of get his daughter for himself, but they're not in the right way. At least a confrontation could have been a better way. Talk to your ex-wife if you want to spend time with your daughter, but then he comes to take his daughter away just like that. How is this possible? Actually, it was forecasted that a great storm is going to hit them, and then looking at where they were living in the woods closer to the coast, it was highly possible for them to be affected most by the storm. So the storm came in, and then there was a blackout. Well, the blackout was actually one of the things which aided his kidnap, because in the blackout there are a whole lot of things you are not going to see clearly, and from the side of the town that they are living, it was very difficult to get a whole lot of people around to actually keep an eye out for you. She was living with her landlady Lou, and then Lou actually didn't like to have some sort of relationship with her. She just knew her as a tenant, just a hi and hello, and then that's that. So Lou actually lived with her dog. She goes hunting with the dog and everything. It's quite distressing to kind of find out that a friend of yours is actually dead, and then it is rumored that your ex-husband is actually around. Definitely you're going to get the impression that he's definitely the one who is actually going to do that. Yeah. So Hannah goes to Lou to tell her she actually needs her help to get back her daughter. From the onset, Lou actually knew that it was Hannah's husband who had actually come for her daughter, because Hannah's husband is actually the son of Lou. What sort of relationship is happening here? So Lou's son is actually Hannah's ex-husband by name Philip, and then Lou had actually not been in touch with him for quite a long time, which was one of the main reasons why Lou wanted to help Hannah out, because definitely if something should happen to V, who is directly the grandchild of Lou, she wouldn't take it lightly. So they go on a hunt to actually track him down and then get the V back. It's a very good film. One thing I enjoyed about the film was actually the character of Lou they picked, Allison Janney, and looking at her age in the film, she was portrayed as an old woman. Actually not that quite old, but then she was an old woman, and then at certain points in the movie, because of her age, she could camouflage herself a little bit to actually get whatever thing that will help in their hands. It was very excellent. Selecting someone of that age to play that kind of role was a very beautiful thing they did. One thing I also loved about the movie was the role of the dog in the movie. Not something so genuine, not something so new, but then I love how he was portrayed in the movie, having that kind of partner, let me put it that way, actually helps a lot. It actually does help a lot, and it was a great inclusion they did bring in the film. Also, one thing I loved about it was the music in the film. Most of the music were classics. Having Wanted Dead or Alive being played in there was something I loved the most. And then looking at The settlement, for instance, the settlement was a very bright idea for such a storyline. You know, there's actually going to be a number of possibilities, you know, when you live in that kind of settlement for a film so beautiful as this. One thing I also loved about it were the fight scenes. Lou was able to, you know, stand for herself. She was a very good fighter because of her experience in the CIA over 20 years in the field. That was a very good thing they did over there. Above all, the movie is so beautiful. You know, I love how the characters stood out on their own, how the story flew through. You know, we had a whole lot of cohesion getting to the latter part of it when a whole lot of secrets were actually revealed and then brought to here. So it's a very beautiful film that you should check it out for yourself. And if you've seen the movie, let me know your general thoughts and impressions about it and this video in general. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. So,